What turned into arguably the biggest story coming out of the United States men's national team at the World Cup has taken on new life between two members of the national press. Taylor Twellman of ESPN played for the national team for 8 years. His foe on this dais, Jason McIntyre, founder of the Big Lead, Jason Whitlock confidant, and now update anchor on Colin Cowherd's show. As many fans of the team know, there was a tiff between head coach Greg Berhalter, seen here, and 20-year-old phenom forward Gio Reyna, who plays at the club level for Borussia Dortmund in the Bundesliga. If you have no clue what's going on, don't worry, here's the skinny. On Sunday, Berhalter revealed that Reyna showed a lack of effort in training and in a pre-World Cup friendly, plus he was asked to apologize to the team for his behavior in the days leading up to the tourney. Reyna, however, rebuked this sentiment, expressed from Berhalter, writing on the gram, "Just before the World Cup, coach told me that my role at the tourney would be very limited. I was devastated. I am someone who plays with pride and passion." The Athletic reported, through their sources, the lack of effort narrative was true, both in training and in a scrimmage against one Qatari club that was on November the 17th. Back to Reyna's post. "I am also a very emotional person, and I fully acknowledge that I let my emotions get the best of me and affect my training and behavior for a few days after learning about my limited role. I apologized to my teammates and coach for this, and I was told I was forgiven. Thereafter, I shook off disappointment and gave everything I had on and off the field." Sources described Gio Reyna walking around throughout his time on the field during what was otherwise an intense session caused significant frustration within the team. The lack of effort was so pronounced that it was unclear whether Reyna was protecting himself against an injury or was just frustrated he was not set to be a starter against Wales. Via Reyna once more, "I am disappointed that there is continuing coverage of this matter as well as some highly fictionalized versions of events, and extremely surprised that anyone on the U.S. men's staff would contribute to it. Coach Berhalter has always said that issues that arise with the team will stay in-house, so we can focus on team unity and progress. I love my team. I love representing my country, and I am focusing now only on improving and growing as a soccer player and a person." Speaking at the HOW Institute for Society Summit on Moral Leadership in New York on Tuesday, Berhalter said, in part, that he had a player that was clearly not meeting expectations on and off the field, and that it took an intervention from the coaching staff as well as an apology to teammates to get the player back in the team's good graces. Berhalter did not mention Gio by name, though it was later confirmed. U.S. Soccer said the presentation was supposed to be off the record. However, that's when McIntyre comes back into the fray. One thing I didn't reveal yet that isn't in the story, the vote to send Reyna home was 13 stay, 12 go home, he wrote on Twitter. This is in reference to Berhalter at the same event that was to remain private, saying, and I quote, "As a staff, we sat together for hours deliberating what we're going to do with this player. We were ready to book a plane ticket home. That's how extreme it was." McIntyre would add, "And to those putting on a cape for Reyna, I get it. His dad is royalty. Gio is very talented. I'm rooting for him, but apparently he ran into these same problems at Dortmund. Bad teammate, selfish, lazy. Has German media dug into this? Twellman saw all this go down with Reyna and offered his insights. To clarify the story going around, there was no player vote taken regarding Gio's status with the team. The storyline of 13-12 is wrong. Confirmed to me just moments ago. There was a vote among the staff who worked for GB, including fitness personnel and assistant coaches. That saw some people accusing Twellman of being paid by the USSF or the United States men's national team. To tweet that, he pushed back on it, adding some further reporting in the process. "Since you think I got paid for the tweet, I've asked 3 different agents, did your players vote on Gio? All 3 said nope. All 3 did say the leadership council may have had a say/vote, but the storylines of all 25 players voting is categorically false. The staff voted." Andrew Buchholz of Awful Announcing put it rather bluntly. Again, this speaks to the problems of making specific claims without seemingly the evidence to back them up. If McIntyre had just stuck with what Carlisle spelled out in his story, that there was some discussion of sending Reyna home, that would have been fine. If he'd even gone on to just a vote. Twellman's later reporting suggests that a vote did take place, but McIntyre's specifics on who voted and how that vote went are under a high level of dispute. If McIntyre has more evidence to present to prove the accuracy of the story, that will certainly be worth examining. At the moment, we mostly have him saying it happened and Twellman saying it didn't. And Twellman seems more believable there, considering his history of playing for and then commenting on the team. It's also worth considering McIntyre's past comments on his lack of source verification, including, "When I hear something that is juicy, I'm going to put it out there," about a widely debunked 2020 report on a physical fight between Giants coaches. And there are plenty of cases where I will do nothing and run with something, and I'm wrong, about him actively falling for a 2010 fake tip from Spencer Hall and Brian Cook. So this looks like another circumstance that may fall in that run with something and I'm wrong category, unless McIntyre can provide anything further on why that isn't the case. So basically what you have is a former player for the United States men's national team who has countless caps, has been covering the sport since he's been retired, somewhat of a trusted name depending on which American soccer fans' perspective you wish to take. Some just hate him because they hate him. And then you have Jason McIntyre, who is a hot take artist that started a website, then got signed to Fox, sold his company, basically is friends with all the Fox Sports guys, which is fine. But it is a red flag that he is so close with Jason Whitlock. And he then says through sources that this actually did happen. Me personally, I trust Twellman every day and twice on Sunday.